Hey, how you guys doing? All right, let's do it to it. And let's do a puzzle rush. Oh, silly me, I should have grabbed the rook. Let's see about this. Missed that one. That was a cincher. try one more time. Let me see here. Ah, come on. shot. Oh, I should take it with my queen. Oh. Oh, God, I didn't see that. Let's see if I remember this one. Yep. Alright, we're doing the French defense now. So A4, A6, D4, D5, right there, here, G5, Bishop B4. This leads to an imbalance cut variation where black ignores white's threat to play E5. It's hair line which risks consequences for both sides. So A5, A6. Black counterattacks. Queen D2. A3 is also gaining in popularity with knight to E4. Queen G5 there, G4, G6, A6, Queen takes check, pawn takes, C5, oops, not C6, C5, Bishop D3, H5, Queen F4, H4, G5, exclam for black, Queen F3, I take C3, D takes C3. White's bishop here in dark square, potential compensation for the target. So there's also E takes F, H takes G, F takes G, and then G8. Black will regain the pawn while picking up the bishop pair. There's queen c1, which is a kind of interesting line here. Sorry, I gotta make this bigger. The idea of knight to e4, queen g4, king f8, g8, c5, a3, c takes d, did I? D takes C, knight takes C, knight takes C, bishop takes C, pawn takes, and then queen C2. Once again, white's bishop pair and dark square potential makes up for the awful pawn structure. F4, G5, G3, knight e4, G5, and then F5 at this point. Exclaim, black stands no worse. C takes D, bishop takes, B takes C3, exclam for white. Okay. Oh, don't be afraid to. What's this? Sorry. Don't be afraid to self-damage your structure. It's known that recapturing with the bishop gives nothing for white after this move here. After bishop takes, knight e4, bishop b4, c5, exclam, c takes, knight takes, pawn takes, then a5, check, king c3, and then queen takes is approximately equal. By taking, and then knight e5, or knight e4, queen g5, rg4, king f8. This violates the king move, displays a Giuffini's idea of refusing to weaken the king side's dark squares. The cost of the h8 rook is out of play, but for now I think it's still okay. If g3, bishop d3, c5, knight f4, knight c6, f4, a5, c takes d, queen takes c. When white's space and attacking chances are tempted by his inferior pawn structure on the queen side, though. Queen f4 is an interesting move. There's bishop d2 or d3. Knight takes, king takes, c5, h4, knight c6, h3. Oops. c4. Should be 2. Black will play for the break with b4. b4, b5, and then a5, and then a rook d8, and b4. While white's played directed for a mate on the king side. So basically, what we're going to play is here, 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 and there. Try to break like that. But white's attack is to come here and try to mate there, or come here and try to checkmate and win a piece. So c5, bishop d3, king takes knight takes d2, queen takes d2, which is dubious. Hey, how you doing? One stumbles upon another as white willingly disconstructs his own intent. The McCuff variation is no place to get spooked when duty calls. Oh, nice. Thank you. Now the attack loses some of its power from its present enriched form to pick up one path or another. It's often a mistake to mix two ideas in hope of getting one best result. I don't like this. Obviously, it's too cautious of a variation. After which white's king attack remains intact, and the progress on the queen side is now in full sway for black. When the queen was on f7, or eyeballing f7, after king takes, of course, h4, and then rook up to h3 and rook to f3 would have threatened as some sort of mate. But when the queen retreated back, now black's idea is to go c4, b5, a5, and then get his rook involved. So black hasn't lost any of his power, where white has lost some of their attacking chances, which is not a really wise decision. What they're saying is that after king takes d2, c4, back to c2, knight c3, c6, and then h4, with the idea that we talked about, a rook swing, would actually be much stronger, even though the king is not centralized at this moment. Not castled. There is no open attack at present. It's going to take black around 5 or 6 moves just to try to peel apart this wall of pawns of white's, and that gives white the ability to connect rooks, bring the rook up, and then over here. And then you can have both rooks, maybe one rook here and one rook there. Then you have all your artillery coming smacking right down on black. But he didn't do that, so now this allowed queen to a5, knight f3, still playing a little too passive, and then c4. The queen loses the Black's closes the queenside, fixing white's pawns as targets. So queen, bishop e2, and knight d7. Why not play knight d7 when the more centralized queen, or why play queen d7 when the more centralized knight c6 is what was a kind of idea? The queenside, and what you could do is potentially try to play b6 and a4 to come in via that way. So h4, a little this loses a little bit of its steam. The h, it's not as strong. a3, queen a3, then rook h8 or h3. The white rook lift is a potential kingside attack while reinforcing c3, the c3 pawn. Queen b2, rook c1. Just as in the game against Chain from chapter 1, white offers his a pawn, or their a pawn. Queen a6, h5 to lock down this locks down the kingside's pawns, which stops any onslaught like that. But actually that doesn't, because if there's no queen here, g5 is a playable move. Bishop d7. Now we're getting everything going. So knight h4. Now c3 is secure. Knight a4, f4. Now the pawns are going to start streaming down the board. Or screaming, I mean, like going, we're coming. b5. Queen, bishop g4. King e8. Exclam. The idea is black starting to feel the heat on the king side, and so he's going to try to move his king over to the queen side where there's less heat pointing at him, basically. A common strategy for black is in the McCuff, a variation is f8, and later to walk the king over to the queen, to the safe queen side. f5, king d8, f3, a5. The coming b4 is a serious issue for white. F takes, and then knight g6. Rook e8, and knight to f4. Exclam. It's a dubious move, by the way. Queen or rook f7 is an idea. Queen takes f3 or c3. Queen takes c3. Knight takes c3. Rook a1. b4. Rotates g7. Now black can either risk playing for a win or a4 and force a repetition of a draw, like knight b5, rook d1, knight c3, rook a1, and then knight b5. Repetition. This looks awfully slow. So king c7, king f1, b4, knight e2, f8, knight f4, another dubious move. What could have been played would have been c takes d, a takes b4, rook takes f8, rook takes f8 check, king g1, knight c3, knight c3, knight takes c3, and then b takes c3, and queen d1. Although even black has an excellent chance of picking up the a pawn here. He could pick up the a pawn. Rook f, e8. Rather than capture this cautious move, black should have actually played knight takes compow, exclam. And knight takes here, bishop takes, knight e4, queen e3, and then c3, exclam. At this point, you're threatening to plop a knight in right here and dislodge the connection between the queen and the rook. She has to retreat back. Queen takes a2, and now you got a passed pawn that's going to be coming down the board. Wow, white is actually busted here. Knight e2, knight takes c3, knight takes c3, c takes or b takes c3, rook takes c3, queen takes a2. So black finally got around to chopping off the a pawn, or capturing it. Queen e3, a4, a3, rook a3, queen b2, and then king e2 at this point. e2, b1, king d1, and tactic time. Tactic. Let's see if you can solve this right here. Black to move, exclam. Black to move, exclam. What does black play here? It's an exclam move. I'll be right back. if you said rook b3, congratulations for finding that. Rook takes, needs c takes, and then queen takes a3, queen d2, and a takes b. White can resign at this point, because how is he going to stop these pawns? Rook takes, a takes, c takes b, rook a3, and then queen c3, bishop e2. Queen takes g2. Oops, sorry, not that. Queen takes g2. Queen e2. Rook a2. Queen g1. Oh, queen rook c2. I mean. Queen g1 check. King d2. And then queen g5. And the queen gives white's king a look. Alright. The queen goes, uh-huh. You think you're gonna do that? Nope. King d1. And then rook a1, exclam, check. Because if queen takes a1, yeah, actually if cd1, rook takes c1, queen takes c1, rook g1, king c2, queen takes d4, b takes c, queen a4 check, king b1, and then queen e4 check, and you pick up the white bishop falls. But if it takes here, then queen check, and after that, come boom, you win the queen. So let's do a madness endgame. Alrighty, let's do it to it. This is a game between Magnus as white and Niall Short as black. 2004. Okay, white to move here. So I need I need the white king. gonna study. Nope, not that one. This one here. We have the date right, but we don't have the that's the place. Oops, that's the place that you go to. So now short Nigel short. Magnus played Queen F6. Magnus shows respect for the former world champion finalist and decided to exchange queens. However, White would have won faster with queens on the board. I think several former world champions such as Alekhine, Tal, and Karpov would keep queens on the board and would have played queen to we play queen c3. Interesting move. Saying then queen bishop g6, rook takes, and then e5. Black's position is about to fall apart. Queen takes, rook takes queen, rook b8, knight f3, rook takes b2, and knight takes g5. So, okay. If bishop to g6, rook takes check, rook takes, not rook takes, sorry, because then loses the threat. King takes, rook e2 to guard, and h6, h4. White has confidence, a huge advantage here actually. So if king g7, rook c6, and bishop e8, rook c7 check, rook f7, and White would have good winning chances here as well. And bishop a2, and then rook takes f1 exclam at this point. Taking the pawn by knight takes f7 is tempting but wrong because of rook d8. So if he would have played knight takes here, a mistake, rook d8 exclam by Nile, with the idea of trying to potentially double. Black gets ready to double his rooks on the second. King takes, knight takes h1 check. Carlsen wins the second pawn, but the win will not be easy as Black's rook is more active than White's, and Short's bishop is better than Magnus's knight. So it's far from over. King e7, knight g5, and then c4, rook c1, rook b3, king f2, c3, and then e5. So, but if he had held off and played rook takes a3, h4, rook b3, oops, h5, rook b1, rook c3. White should win at this point. So e5 was played, rook takes a3, knight e4, and Carlsen exchanges the h pawn for the c pawn. c2, takes, or takes, and then rook c7, check, exclaim. He gets all the pawns off the board. So now Magnus is the only one that this check justifies the exchange of the pawns. Black's king is pushed back. King d8. Uh-oh, did I set the position up wrong? Oh, drat. I did. Ah. No. Drat. Sorry about this, team. One pawn makes a huge difference. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So let's make sure I have the pawns right now. That's right. Oops, almost got this pawn wrong. Okay, let's just do it. Boom, boom. B8. Hold on, let me put all the things in. There we go. So we have good winning chances here. F takes, gets an exclam. We found out that the other, oops, why didn't I get an exclam? Wrong idea here because of potential doubling up there. And at this point, the other rook move gets double an exclam as well. So it takes, knight takes check at that point. King e7, knight g5, c4, rook c1, b3, king c2, king f2, c3, rook takes, and then h4, b3, h5, b1, h3, exclam at this point. Should win at this point. a5, rotates a3, 94, and then c2. Remember, he exchanges the pawns off, and then f7, exclam. Now we're back at the right spot. King d8, rook a7, and then c4, which is actually a mistake. Surprisingly, it looks like a natural move. Hold on, let me get a drink. And it looks natural, but it's actually not a natural move. A better move would have actually been a3, exclam here, keeping the bishop where it is intact. Under normal conditions, one is supposed to defend the piece with the less possible forces. Rook to a3 was stronger. The point is, it attacks. It keeps the king at bay, basically. Knight c5. Rook c3. Rook takes. Takes. Rook takes. Takes e5. King g3, exclam. King e7, not d7. Rook f2. White wins, so g5. Although white's pawns are not connected, they are strong, as the rook and knight can assist them well. Rook h4, king, queen d2, knight d6. Excuse me. Bishop e6, and then g6, exclam. The g pawn is too strong. g4, and g2. If we tried h4 here, or h5, if we took h7, wins a piece. So g4, a5, king e3, f3, rook g1. If a4 Knight b7, check. King e8. Knight c5. Bishop f5. Rook a8, check. Or king f2. F7. a6, 96, check. Takes on g. And then e7. And white wins. Surprisingly, that is a really good move. Knight b4, rb7, king e8, knight c5, bishop f7, and knight to e4, exclaim. The knight is hopped and it is effective. He is coming in with a pretty big attack either here or here. Takes. Knight d6. King f8. A check. King e7. f5 check. King d7. Rook a. There's no yep. He's not going for you know, like just winning the knight. He wants to win it all. Like if here he could take here, and after takes there, kaboom, you win there. And there's nothing that, if he tries moving here, you take there with check. It's just a brilliant, really a brilliant move. Let's we'll do a couple endgame, a couple chess puzzles, and then we'll log off. I gotta log off, and we'll have we're doing really good. We're ahead of schedule, so that's good. And if there's cooperation in the chat, we'll do 12. If not, we'll just do 6. I'm a tiny bit tired today. A lot of work we did. I did some outside work, which is good. But so let's do it. But you can't, what it tells you though, you cannot, even if you are tired, you still gotta put in some time like we're doing right now. Put in your time. Trust me, it will help you in the end, my Chess Cruncher team. Our team Chess Cruncher. Alright. Wait to meet in 2. One second. How we doing? Perfect. There you go. Good job. Let me make sure I have this right. Almost forgot the king. I think knight e5, bishop to e6 guards it, and then queen h7, and then if anything but bishop to e6, queen takes. So like if rook comes up, then queen to f7 is mate. Or knight f7, if anything, knight f7, knight takes f7 is mate. Oops. Ah. You actually have to play rook d8 first. After queen takes d8, then knight g6. Your knight g6 was just a little too soon. So you had the right idea. Just a little bit too soon. Just a little bit too soon. Uh-oh. There we go. Hey. Yep, excellent job. And if queen moves to e8, then you take. And if queen moves to d8, you take. And if queen moves to g8, you take. And if queen takes, then you play knight f7 check. Okay, let's do this thing, team. Let's do this thing. So the queen's here, bishop's there, king's here, rook's there. Let's see. There we go, we're ready to go. Alright, let's see. We have 6 puzzles exactly. We have 6 puzzles exactly left, so we'll see how you do. No doing it till I get finished with the puzzle, and then it'll be up to see who gets it done the quickest. And then it'll be that'll be a good actually for laying Mylan down for you guys, for the team. Oops, hold on. Let me make sure I have all this right. Yep. Hopefully it's a draw again, because I know you both are really good at these puzzles. So I'll tell you when. Get ready, get set, go. Mate 2. Boom. Let's see here if it's right though. Let's see. Yep, and then if he does it, if he moves there, it takes. If he moves here, you take. If he takes here, you take. You actually had 3 different mates you could have went down, and you would have got points for them. So one for 1-0. So let's see. You gotta be quick. You gotta be greased lightning. Let me make sure I got this, there, there. Okay, get ready, get set, go. Mate 2. Alright, 1 for 1. Nice. So 1 for 1. There's still 5 more puzzles. 5 more puzzles. So y'all, everybody's got a chance. So let's see how you do. We're trying to do them as we're trying to do them as fast as we can so that we can lay down myelin on to make us have better connections to our minds. With it also helps with retrieval of information and for remembering things better. So if you can do it fast, really fast, and you do it right, you're laying down more, if you think about it, cable, which it makes it so that stuff, the layers around your neurons will be able to send more information faster and more efficient. That's what myelin does. And for some reason the Lord the Lord is perfect always. He made it that if you do it as quick as you can and you get it right and you constantly go over it faster and faster and faster, your recall is quicker, quicker, quicker. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure I have this right, and then I'll give it to you. Get set, get ready, go. Oh, let's see. Let's see who's right. Is it Bishop? Let's see. Bishop G3. It's white to move. knight. And so it's knight, then bishop takes, and then rook g5. And let's see, what do you have here? Bishop takes, rook g5, bishop takes, and then okay. Okay, you could do a half point for each, because you solved it right up here, and Play OK got it right, but put in the wrong. Instead of rook, it needed to have been a knight. So there we go. So 2.5 to 1.5. Let's see it. Let's see how you do. Yeah, we'll give it a tie on that one. Let's see how you do. Let's see if you can get faster. You can't do it till I post it. Let's see. Get ready. Get set. Go. Oh. Let's see here. Okay. Let me get it all put in, and then we'll start it up again. And the rule is you can't do it until I get it posted too. So it has to be, you got to do it when I post mate and 2. When I do that, then you can put in your answer. But until then, you got to wait until I get it all set up. There. Oops, I almost forgot a pawn. That would be helpful. Very helpful. There. Okay, I'll tell you when. Get ready, get set, go! Go! Wow, you got that. Let's see if this is, let's see who's right. Okay, check. Rook takes. Knight g6, e6. Knight e6, that is not correct. That's not mate. So let's check your answer out here. Let me see. So knight check, rook takes, and then queens. So that answer is right. You are right there. So you, my is correct. Mine's one is right. Congratulations. You got it. I think the score update is I'm not sure who's in the lead. I'm thinking that let me see. Who is the 3 and 2.5? Who's that? Which one's what? Which one's that? All right. So it's a tie. Okay. So 3-3. We're coming down. We got 2 more puzzles. Let's see. Let's see how you do in these last 2 puzzles. Okay. Let's see how you 3 do in these last 2 puzzles. So I think we got a 3 and then we have a 2.5. So we have a 3 3 3 2.5. So let's see how you do. We got My and Play OK's tied, and Allied Chess is 2.5. So I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's the score. I may be wrong though. If I am, correct me on that, because I'm trying to set up the puzzles and keep the score. So, who wants to be scorekeeper? So then that relieves me of having to remember who wins what. Okay, we'll make Play OK the scorekeeper of what the score is. That's really helpful for me. Then I can just set up the puzzles and I can tell you when to go. Let's see, there. Okay, get ready, get set, go. Takes, she takes. So that doesn't work. Oh, wait a sec, my bad. Yeah, I think you got it right. I have to do that. There it is. Sorry, my bad there. There you go. Yep, you got it. You got it. Okay. One last one. So this could end a tie. This could end up as a tie. Let's see. One last puzzle. So if you Play OK, get it right, then it ends a tie again. So this is a critical moment. It's coming down to the wire. There's like 5 seconds left on the clock, and whoever scores wins. That's how close this is right now. So you got to be ready. You got to be ready on the entry of the mouse, so that when it happens, when I put it in, and it's time for you to do it, you can win. Let me make sure there. Let me see here. Get ready, okay? Get ready. Get set. Go. Go. Nice. I think you got it. Let's see. Rook d8 check. King takes. Then queen check. Oh. Actually, it's not mate. It's not mate. You have another chance. Who wants to go for it? It's not checkmate. I think did I put that in wrong? I want to see. I don't think I put it in. I put it in right. Oh, did I? Oops, sorry. I put it in wrong. That's my fault. Let's do it again. Sorry, I have to reset that up. Had the king in the wrong spot. I got talking. Okay, we'll call that a draw. So each one gets a point, half a point. So let's give it one last time. Now get your finger, get ready on the enter button. I'll tell you when. I'm just gonna make sure I got this right. I'm sorry about putting the king in the wrong spot. That was my fault there. Alright, get ready, get set, go. I'm gonna call that a tie on that one. No, I gotta say it was a. You know what? That was my fault. So we'll call it a tie for both. For Play OK actually got it. If I had the king in the right spot, Play OK actually got it. But so we'll call it on that on a tie. So and guess what? We'll give so everybody wins. So there we go. There we go. Everybody's a winner. No, I used this book here, but I put the king in the wrong spot. So it was actually my fault. So I'll give everybody a point, and then I'll give the Play OK a point. So, because it's all about fun and improving, so we're all winners. And you know what? But I gotta say, congratulations, Play OK though. You tied. So, do you have any questions before I log off? All right. Okay. I want to thank you for all logging on. Great job. You know what? Keep up the good work. You know what? We're all winners when we study and play and have a good time. And that's the whole thing about it. And congratulations, team, because you know what? When you're working and you're honoring the Lord with your talents, 2 thumbs up from Chess Cruncher. And I wanted to say that Bruce Lee would also agree with me on this. You're taking what you know and you're applying it. So congratulations on that, team. And you're willing to take the initiative by putting in the answers and do it. And that's big. That's really good. And so what we're doing is we're not afraid to practice 10,000 kicks in not multitude of kicks, but one kick 10,000 times. That's why we study, so we can get that one kick when it counts to be victorious. And that's why Bruce Lee said he feared the person who practiced one kick 10,000 times, not a person who practiced 10,000 different kicks. And it all comes down to what is your thought pattern. And Team Chess Cruncher's thought pattern is we want to improve on our tactics, and you're doing great. So, and that's the whole thing about E. Nightingale's "you become what you think about" phrase there. And it all comes down to treasure your victories and learn from your losses, and remember that mistakes do not define you. It's how you handle the mistake that defines you. As a chess player, a person in whatever area of life that you're getting into, it doesn't just have to be chess. It could be anything. And learning from your mistakes and then applying it and making the change is huge. And the one thing that is hard for people, actually players and a lot of other stuff, is that making mistakes is part of learning. And then it's hard because I don't like to make mistakes, but by making a mistake, you can then find out where you're weak. And that's what the Lord said, that when we're weak, He's strong. It's that type of a phrase, the type of words that's what the Lord's saying. And we can apply that to our lives. When we find out where we've went wrong in a game and then apply that to the next game, you'll find that you'll start winning more and more games. The Lord, it's almost like the Lord knows what He's doing, huh? When He's talking. Hey, maybe we should all listen a little more. That's me too sometimes, because the hardest thing to do is to be still and know that the Lord is there, because we want to do it our way. That's one thing that I've noticed that a lot of I played in a tournament a couple months back, and what happened was I noticed that a kid was actually putting his hand over the piece while he was thinking. And so what you should do, or I'm sorry, not a kid, but a chess player was putting their hand over a piece while they were thinking, and you should not do that. You should. There was a grandmaster, I forgot the gentleman's name. He said that you should think with your mind, not with your hands, and and the Lord also said that to be still and learn what you need to learn, and then do it. And that's kind of the idea as well, that I take a lot of the Psalms and Proverbs. It's very influential to help with studying as a chess trainer and as a chess player also. So that's huge. Let me see. Oh, right, we have another saying: don't give up, get up. We also talked about, let me see, I like Yasser Seirawan's, he has one that says, every long journey begins with one small step. So the first step is risking and actually putting in the comment box and taking the initiative to do that. So congrats to Team Chess Cruncher for doing that. And it all comes down to the Team Chess Cruncher motto of hanging up your coat, hanging up your hat, sitting down and studying when most won't. Team Chess Crunchers do. And that makes all the difference. And as Wesley So says through Lord Jesus, as I say, God bless, and I'll see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. Have a blessed morning, afternoon, evening, and Lord willing, I'll be back on tomorrow. And we'll continue down the French route, and we'll do some end games with Magnus Carlsen, and then we'll have some more fun with puzzles, and we'll do them as efficiently as we can to lay down more and more myelin. Remember though what Hannibal Smith said. Hannibal Smith said a good plan is having your opponent go down your plan, and knowing, because if your opponent's going down your plan, you know exactly the road it's going, and the road is victory. And he says when that happens, he loves it when a plan comes together. 2 thumbs up. Go Team Chess Cruncher, hoorah. Be blessed. Great job. And always, always honor the Lord Jesus, and keep playing and having fun in chess. Bye-bye. Be blessed.